Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, that it had to happen for our Motivational Monday night. Oh my God, I have a two-timer on tonight, and my God, is she a jewel. And I am so honored and excited to have her here again with me. I wish I could have her in the studio, but under the circumstances, I can't right now. However, soon come. And man, let me tell you, she is classy, a little bit of sassy, and I love what she's doing to inspire, and uplift so many people, especially women across the nation. Not just in state, but across the nation. She's doing a phenomenal job in everything that she's doing. She's a mental health coach, and she do great at it. And my God, I'm telling y'all, her breaking news, you have to go over to TikTok and follow the Natasha A. Pierre. So let me introduce to some and present to others the beautiful Miss Natasha Pierre. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Erica. It's always good to be with you.
Oh my God, I'm telling you, Natasha, you really don't understand, because it shows me that you believe in what I'm doing here.
Absolutely.
And, that really touches me, when I can have repeated guests to come on, and not only for me, but just to share what they have going. And that's the most important thing to me, because the thing is, we as women, all of us should as a whole though, but especially women, we should promote one another. We should support one another. And I can't thank you enough. And again, I'm honored to have you here. So if you can, Natasha, tell us a little bit about who is Natasha Pierre.
Who is Natasha Pierre? When I think about the last time I was with you, I've changed so much, yet I've stayed the same. I am a mental health educator. I'm now a two-time author. Last time, I think I was working on my second book. For the purposes of this conversation, I am a peer. I was diagnosed with a mental illness about 25 years ago, and much of my work is dedicated to educating people about mental health, but especially about mental wellness and doing what is necessary to safeguard their emotional and psychological well-being, ensuring that they're infusing the self-care and self-love that is necessary to ensure they're not getting burnt out and overwhelmed. And this is something that women especially need to know because we are the first and primary caregivers. So a lot of my work is spent on empowering women and doing really what we're doing here. I am always team woman. I'm always supporting women. I am going to be cheering for you, sometimes louder than you're cheering for yourself. So that's a little bit about me.
Whew. And one thing I know, Natasha, that is very true about you. And that's one of the things that I truly, truly love because sometimes, we as women, we can get, a little beside ourselves and not really wanting to support one another, especially when we're going through something, right? Not that is the time to definitely be there for your sister,
Absolutely.
And being that you're in the mental health field. During times like this, and I guess the last couple of years when things were shut down and now we're back out now, and so many people is dealing with a mental illness and afraid to talk about it.
And I get it. I understand why they're afraid to talk about it. It's taboo. There's mental health stigma is real. Just because I'm vocal about it and I'm outspoken and out front about it doesn't mean I haven't experienced mental illness stigma. It is a real thing, and people aren't wanting to share and come out of the proverbial mental health closet because there's consequences for doing that. You're giving someone, especially your employer, an easy out, an easy reason to get you out of a company. Fortunately, organizations are becoming more empathetic and more compassionate, but I understand why people don't want to talk about it. It's tough. It's hard.
Very. And not only that, not just in the workforce. This is something that will follow you for the rest of your life. Even if you go and get healed, right?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
still will follow you.
Yeah.
It's so amazing that I had a young man here, I think last week, and he was speaking kind of, something about mental health. And it's some things that when you go through these things, right, is certain signs that some people display. People do not, but that is their way of helping out. So can you tell us about a time where there was someone that was in need and you kind of like you picked up on it because of your field of work that you're in?
It happens all the time. I believe that whatever you go through, whatever you experience, it's now on your watch. I like to say that, I have an anointing to pick up on people who are depressed or who experience panic, anxiety. I have anointing or a gifting, a sixth sense, whatever people want to call it, for anyone who's experiencing kidney issues, because I've experienced that as well. And many times, it could be in the drive-through. Someone just happens to mention that they're going to pick up medicine. And I'm like, okay, why would she say that? And so I probe. I'm like, okay, weird question, but you said you're going to pick up medicine. What type of medicine are you going to pick up? And they're going to pick up some anti-anxiety, antidepressant. And then I get to have a conversation with them, share my experience, and even share some resources. During COVID, it's happened so many times during going to the grocery store. I'm in the produce section and I feel people, and I see someone maybe lingering by the sweet potatoes and I just hang around and I'm just waiting for my assignment. Spiritual people understand waiting for the assignments. I'm waiting to hear, and then I'll see a face, I'll see a look, and I'll just ask them, how are you doing today? How are you experiencing the pandemic? And they'll share something that lets me know what they're dealing with. And that's my entrance. That's my opportunity to share, to pour, to encourage, to inspire, to enrich, to connect them with resources. And that's my purpose. That's what I do.
Wow, Natasha. See that that's a prime example of God placing you in the right place at the right time. And
Absolutely.
being that you're a people person, you don't mind having conversations with people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're in the produce section and you see someone that may be in need, just your approach, your smile. Look at your smile itself. It definitely will. I'm not saying this just because you're here.
Mhm.
I'm doing that. Your smile, it brightens the room. So even if you're approaching
Thank you.
someone that may be having a bad day, just by your approach. And this is what people do not understand. There's no need to be what the kids call it mean mugging.
No.
No, you go up, even if you're uncomfortable, sometimes the uncomfortable situation, if you're uncomfortable, God is doing the best work to me. That's what I think.
I
And if,
agree.
yeah, Natasha, if he's using you to go over there to speak to that person, you may very well be saving that person's life.
And that's the way that I look at it. And so for people, at the start of the pandemic, many people wanted to talk about mental health. Many people became mental health coaches. Everyone had an opinion about mental health. This isn't a fad for me. This is my life. This is my assignment. So whenever I feel I feel that I have an assignment wherever I am. I don't care, grocery store, 7-Eleven, doesn't matter where I am in traffic. When I feel that there is someone who needs me or needs my encouragement, I am on assignment. So no matter what I was doing, what my plans were, what I thought my plans were going to be, those wait because I'm on assignment. That may be the only opportunity that I have to intercept someone's plan for suicide. That might be the only opportunity that I have to pour into someone and to remind them that there is hope, that a diagnosis is not a death sentence, that tomorrow could be another opportunity for the medicine to work, or for you to get that job, or for your relationship with your children or your spouse to be mended. And I think sometimes we don't value minutes enough. We focus on the hours of the day because of work, but I value and cherish moments and minutes, because that's a moment that I may never get back. And I want to ensure that I am obedient. That's my job. My relationship with God is I have to be obedient, and God's going to handle the outcome. So I'm obedient.
Amen. Wow, that is good. But the thing is, see, the assignment.
Assignment. The
Oh,
assignment.
goodness, that's it right there. That preached all by itself. The assignment, especially the obedience.
The assignment. And I have long known that my assignment on earth is to connect people to their purpose.
Come on.
It just so happens that, as a spirit having a human experience, one of the human things that I experience is a mental health challenge. Okay, I got it. My purpose is still the same, to connect people to their purpose. And so whether I'm doing that from the standpoint of reminding someone that just because you were told you have a diagnosis, that doesn't mean your life ends.
That's right.
You can still do many of the things that you have always wanted to do. So I tell people that there is truth and there's fact. And this is a conversation I can have with you because you understand spirituality. In the physiological psychiatric world, we talk about diagnoses. In the spiritual world, and for people who speak spirituality, I let them know that there's truth and there's fact. The fact is that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The fact is that I have a PTSD diagnosis. I have anxiety and panic diagnosis. I have EDNOS, eating disorder not otherwise specified. Those are the facts that can be proven by medical records. However, there's truth. The truth is that I'm 1/3 spirit. And that 1/3 of me is fine. That 1/3 of me is always okay. That 1/3 of me is smart and creative and talented and able to do many of the things that whatever the diagnosis said I couldn't do, I can do. So I function and I speak both worlds fluently depending on who I'm speaking to. Because some people may need me to access and encourage them through the spiritual side first. Some people may need me to access them through the natural and physiological and psychiatric world first. And that's okay. I speak both. But my purpose, my assignment is to ensure that when you leave my presence, you're encouraged, you're inspired, and you're ready to grab life by the horns and keep going.
You know, that is so awesome. Uh, Natasha, the way that you just broke that down, wow. I'm going to go back and watch this. I'm telling you. Now. And I'm going to take some notes. No, seriously, because the way that you just broke that down, see, this is the prime example of meeting people where they are. You know, some you can't go to them with the word. And that's why you have to have a connection, a spiritual connection with God. Now, I ain't say people now, I said with God. And
Yes.
He will allow you, He will show you and tell you when it's time to release that word and how to release that word. He's not going to beat you up because you didn't go to them, spiritually or
Yes.
in a Christian way, so per se. He know what that person needs more than you know. So He's going to use you to be able to speak through that person, speak to that person, I mean. And the thing is, a lot of times when we pray for things, Natasha, we pray for these things, but then when it's being delivered to us, we look at the person like, really? Because of who's delivering the message.
Because of who's delivering the message. And I found that when it comes to people's healing and when it comes to prayer, sometimes people want a person to be healed their way.
Right.
As a mental health educator, I work with Christians, I work with Muslims, I work with people of every and any faith. I don't care how you get healed. I want to make sure that you don't take your life. That's my number one priority, because many times, and I understand why people do it. They want to feed you the word first. They want to hit you over the head with the Bible, the Quran, whatever. But if you're hearing voices, if you're in a schizophrenic state where you have altered thinking, you're not in touch with the reality, they can't hear anything that you're saying anyway. So how about meet them where they are? It's like, a person is hungry, and instead of buying them a sandwich, you say, well, healing is the children's bread, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. So have a great day. I can't hear you. My stomach is growling too loud. So can I get a sandwich? When it comes to mental health for me, I want to meet the person where they are. Where are you today? Are you going to hear through the spirit? Are you going to hear through my story, knowing that someone that looks like me has experienced what you've experienced? Are you going to hear through understanding, a therapist? What's the vehicle that's going to allow you to get to a whole state? Because listen, if staring at an iguana for 10 minutes a day is going to keep depression at bay, I promise you I will get hibiscus for your iguana, because I don't care how you get whole. I just want you whole. And I think a lot of people insert themselves and their ego in it. See, I believe that God is strong enough and powerful enough to heal and to make people whole without me having to take all the credit. I don't need people to say, I'm doing better because of Natasha. I don't need that. I just need them to walk in their purpose. I just need them to know that, I'm not going to give up today. I just need them to think that, tomorrow is going to be a better day, that I'm going to try again. That's all I need. I don't need the credit. And so that's why for me, I approach this as an assignment. I don't need my name in lights. You don't need to have my logo at the top of the flyer. I don't need the applause. Did someone choose to live? Did someone choose to take the medicine so they can get back to work? Did someone choose to speak with their child that they've been estranged from for years? Did someone decide that, they're not going to hit their wife, but instead they're going to go get counseling? Then that's the win for me. And that's all I'm looking for.
Whew. And that right there, see, when you can serve selflessly, right? Oh my God. See, and that's why God used you the way that He do, Natasha, not just inside of your sessions, but even with the content that you deliver, right? And the way you do it so gracefully. But to know the main thing is you want to help
I want to
and
help.
not hurt. And in this season that we're walking in now, you have so many broken people. But here's the thing, right? Just because of you mentioning that you had got diagnosed with these things previously, right?
Mhm.
They have to understand, how is God going to use you in this purpose if He didn't allow you to go through it?
Listen, I remember where I was in 2008. I had a full-blown tantrum. I was living in Maryland at the time, and I had a tantrum with God. Why did you give me this? Why did you make me have this diagnosis? Why? I had my full tantrum. And I was by myself, and the next thing I heard was, "What would you prefer?" What would I prefer? Listen, if we're going to talk biblically, we know that we all have a thorn. Everyone has something. Everyone deals with something. This is my something. And so I deal with it. I handle it. Again, I am a spirit, and my spirit is always fine. I am a spirit having a human experience. And so because I am a spirit having a human experience, sometimes that may mean I might cut my finger, I sprain an ankle, I get a hangnail, or I get a diagnosis like bipolar disorder. Okay. Now, am I going to say, well, because of this diagnosis, my life is over, I can't do anything? And that's no judgment to people who are still in that place, because we're all on a journey. There was a point where I was embarrassed. I would never, ever have a conversation with you about this. I had a reoccurring dream that TMZ was going to shove a microphone in my face and out me. But when I finally accepted, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. And bipolar disorder or any other mental illness is like having lupus or fibromyalgia or cancer. We're not judging people for having cancer. So why are you judging me for being diagnosed with this? Mental health is health. Health is health. I didn't ask for it.
That's it.
I didn't raise my hand and say, hey, I want this. And for the people who would say that, those dealing with anxiety and panic or bipolar disorder, they're doing it to fake, trust me, there's a lot of other conditions that are easier to fake than anxiety and panic. People wouldn't choose that.
Wait a minute, you really have people saying that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, oh my gosh, why all of a sudden is everybody bipolar? Because people are finally brave enough to talk about it. Because we're finally having conversations about it. Why are some women finally talking about postpartum depression? Because we're finally opening up. And so more people are saying, oh my gosh, me too. I had that too. I experienced that too. When we have these courageous conversations, it gives people who are suffering in silence the courage to say, I deal with that too.
Yes.
I deal with that too.
Yes.
And so they're no longer in pain quietly, but now they can build a tribe of people who can share resources with them. When I first learned and received the diagnosis, my gosh, I didn't tell anyone. There was an underground group of bloggers, and we shared information. I'd call it the dark web back then, because we shared resources and, okay, how did this medicine work for you? And what do you do when this happens? And what if you don't want to eat that? Because no one was talking about it yet. And there was so much shame about it. Mm-hmm. Today, when I started talking about it, openly, I didn't know anyone else who was. And so I am the person that I wish I had many years ago. Yeah. I don't want anyone to say, I wish I had someone to go through it. Here I am.
But Natasha, it had to happen. It had to happen. And that's the thing. That's why you're so great at what you do, Natasha. But I have a question. I want to know, like, do you ever feel like a personal responsibility to actually provide for those that's in need?
Ooh, great question. Initially, I did. Initially, I felt that I had the S on my chest. I was Superwoman. And if there was a person anywhere within a 25-mile radius that had a mental illness, Natasha to the rescue. I don't do that anymore. Why? Because I'm also human and I've got to rest and I've got to sleep. And there's something called burnout. And so one of the things that I have learned and God is teaching me this daily is I am able to observe without absorbing, because I feel people's pain. I feel the pain of the parents who are having a tough time with their children. I feel the pain of the spouses. I feel the pain of the children. And I'm able to observe it, get the facts of the situation, and hand it off to someone who is either better equipped. And better equipped could mean that they're stronger, they're rested, or someone who can provide them with resources while I rest. Because if I don't put my oxygen mask on first, who's going to be there to put it on for everyone else? So the personal responsibility has alleviated a bit, to the point where I know that I'm not the only answer to a person's problem. And one of the strategies that I use is I give people my information. I put it on them. If you want the resources, you'll contact me. I no longer take everyone's information and make it my point to call them 52 times and get them to the doctor appointment and make sure they do. I'm going to give you my information. And if you're serious, if you're ready, know that you've got someone on the other side of that phone number that's ready to help you.
Wow. And we know that we definitely have to have self-care, especially what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, you're taking on a whole
Yeah.
another level, right?
It's a lot.
I'm
It's
sure.
a lot.
And if
It's a
you're a
lot.
person, like you said, that actually, you really care, you have a heart. We're women. We're nurturers, right? And
Mhm.
here it is. When we feel people's pain, like it was a time that I didn't know how to release. Like, I used to carry everybody's, whatever
Yes.
came to me with, I used to carry. I didn't know how to release it, But if you're, how can I say this? I think it's just very, very important for you to turn off sometimes.
And I have been very good at that, especially over the last year. I think I've watched more TV in the last year than I have in probably the previous 5 years combined. And for some people, they'd be like, TV, isn't there a better use of your time? You have to understand me.
Come
I
on.
am always thinking. I'm always planning. I'm always presenting. I'm always mulling over ideas in my head. So watching TV allows me an opportunity to turn my thinking, working, planning, producing brain off and just enjoy a show. Just enjoy it. And the shows that I watch are shows that are so far away from mental health at times, because that's what I need. I need to laugh. I need to unplug, and that's what I do. I do it through TV, because and interestingly enough, I seldom watch TV on my TV. I watch it on my cell phone, because if I watch TV on my TV, I'm going to have my cell phone in my hand, looking for something that I can learn or teach or share. And so I watch it on my TV, and that way I'm completely hands-free. We got to know what works best for us.
Exactly.
And I know what works for me.
You know what? And that's say that again. We have to know what works best for us, not others.
Not others.
Not others. You
Not
have to know
others.
what works best for you.
Yeah.
If that works best for you, by all means, do it. Do it, because you have to deal with you at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I tell people that I am a subject matter expert on Natasha.
That's good.
So there's no one other than God that knows me better than me. And, when it comes to absorbing and observing, I tell people that I am graced for what I do. So if you enter this mental health field and you are not graced by God to do this, you will burn out. You'll probably make yourself crazy. I am graced to hear what I hear repeatedly. I am graced to hear what people have done to themselves repeatedly. I am graced for the work that I do. I am equipped for it. And that's why it doesn't burn me out, when I take breaks. But I know a lot of people who, jumped in at the start of the pandemic. I'm a mental health educator and coach, and they're nowhere now because they're not graced for it. When I work with veterans, it takes a person who is graced for this work to talk and speak with veterans, to hold the weight of what they experience and what they have done and what they have been through. It takes a person who is graced for that. Everyone isn't graced for it. It doesn't faze me. And that's why they can talk to me, because I'm not bothered by it. There's no judgment in it.
Right.
I'm graced for this. There are some people who are graced for delivering babies and having babies. I am not graced for that.
Right.
There are people graced for daycare. That is not me. I do not have that child watching gene at all. There are people graced for certain things.
Right.
You got to know you.
Exactly.
You gotta know you.
And then not only do you have to know you have to know what your gift is. Stop trying to walk in other people's gifts just because your friend or your cousin or whoever else may be doing it. Walk in what God has given you.
You know how many people get burned out chasing Erica has a podcast. I'll start a podcast. And you're 3 episodes in and tired. Were you assigned that? Was that your assignment? I made a video earlier today asking the question, why don't I have the clothes styling gene? Why didn't I get that? Right. My best friend, I've got a couple people, and even you, Erica, always amazing. Like, how did you put those things together? I do not have that gene, but you know what I can do? I can talk. I can speak. Communication, writing, TV, radio. When I do my breaking news segments, there's humor, but there's wisdom infused in it. Again, how do you connect with people? Everyone isn't going to hear, go to therapy. Everyone isn't going to hear, you have a nasty attitude. But what they will hear is a breaking news segment that encourages them to do some self-care, to do something that's kind for themselves. And so I use the giftings that God has given me, and I work that, because I can't style. Don't trust me to style. Don't trust me to do your hair. I can do my own makeup, but don't let me do yours. Right? I know my lane.
Oh my God, that is so funny that you say that. Because again, I had someone that asked me to do their makeup, and I was like, no.
I know my lane.
I'm trying to be funny or anything, but I don't. I just don't. But I wanted Natasha to take this time out to thank my BFF for the stars. Thank you so much, Marva, for the stars. God bless you, BFF. That is so amazing. Awesome. Natasha, you just don't understand. Like I said to you in the beginning of the show, when you have someone to believe in what you're doing, it says a lot. And the support goes a long way. We don't talk every day, but we see each other, on social media. Mm-hmm. We support one another. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. That's what we have to do as women, because when women, like your gift, put my gift together, another sister come in, put her gift together, we could build empires.
Absolutely. Empires. And what's awesome about, and this is what I want women to recognize. If you see a gift that you wish you had, that someone else has, cheer for them. Cheer for them. Every time I see you, one of my favorite quotes by Marianne Williamson is, when we let our own light shine, we give other women freedom and permission to do the same. When I see you with your hair done, with your makeup, with your boots, with your outfits, what? That says, Natasha, shine. Natasha, put on your makeup. Get your hair done. Wear that outfit. Stop saving it for a special occasion. Seeing you shine, be fully Erica, gives me permission to be fully Natasha. So there's no jealousy of, why Erica, she always in her boots, she always taking pictures of herself. No, I'm cheering for you, because the more I cheer for you, the more it unlocks whatever is in me that would want to hide, that would want to shrink. No, Natasha, speak up. Do another interview, make another video, put yourself out there, because that's your gift.
Right. Oh, that was a mouthful right there, Natasha. And your topic tonight is no one is you. That is your superpower.
No one is you. No, and really, do we want everyone to be us? The world would be really boring. And so that's why I remind people, those quotes that we post on social media about how, oh, I'm living the authentic life, I love authenticity, I'm authentic. You got to walk that out.
Yes.
And you can't be intimidated when you see someone else being authentic in a way that's different from your version of authentic.
Right.
Authentic for one person might be heels and makeup at level 10 every day. Right. Another person's maybe sweats. Both authentic to them.
Right.
And that's their superpower.
And that's their superpower. Like my mom, she's so funny. She goes, Erica, why do you get dressed up to be on your show? You're running your house. I don't care. I'm dressing the part. I am dressing the part.
This is you. This is your brand.
Yes.
I did a webinar last week about branding and personal brand. We all have a personal brand. We all do. For me, at least people know I'm going to have heels on and I'm going to have lashes. Those two things, for sure. Right. Some people have another brand. Maybe it is, they have a certain necklace or a certain, jewelry that they wear. That's the outer brand. That's the things people are going to see. What's the inner brand? Because that's what matters. People know that when they speak to me, that I'm giving them my full undivided attention.
Yeah.
That you tell me that you're hurting, I'm going to do everything in my power to alleviate that pain. The inner brand is what I care more about. I could care less about what you think about how I dress. I know I can't dress. That's not my gifting. But I'm gonna be put together.
Right.
The inner brand is what I'm focused on. Mm-hmm. And for you, whether it's your outer brand, your inner brand, I don't care what it is, just be it. Be it authentically.
Yes.
That's it.
That's good that you said that, though, because again, what may float your boat may not float my boat at the end of the day.
And that's okay.
As long as you know who you are and who you belong to. Never let anyone discredit you, make you discount yourself, make you, what do they call it? Dull your shine.
Yes.
Be you. If it makes you feel good to be you, be you, no matter what anyone is saying around you.
Yes.
And that's why we have to get into a place, Natasha, and know fully who we are. Because with the outside world, we know that there could be some, what I think one of the ladies on here said before, Twitter thugs or Twitter, computer thugs, whatever they do, sit behind the keyboard and they can say some mean things, but it won't shake, rattle, nor move you. And Natasha, the biggest thing is what we have to do too is anytime a post is made, we have to stop taking it so personal.
This is where the inner work comes in. Because when you're doing your inner work, when you're connected to your God, when you're doing your meditation, your prayer, your journaling, your affirmations, your writing, when you are in that mirror affirming who you are, and you see a post, you're not automatically thinking, why Erica said that about me? I'm not thinking about that. There could be a million posts about Natasha this, Natasha that. I'm not automatically going to assume that it's me because I know me. If anyone says Natasha was mean to them, the first thing I know my friends are going to ask is, what did you do to her? Because that's not my default. My default is kindness, compassion, empathy. I'm always smiling and I got a corny joke for you. So that's my default. When we take things personally, it should be an indicator that something is off in our atmosphere. Something is off in our orbit. How's your prayer life? How's your meditation? How is your journaling?
Yeah.
What work are you doing that something like a post rattles you so much?
Yeah. But that's the thing, and if We don't beat the people up that maybe, first of all, we have to do a self-check. That's number one. You have to go look yourself in the mirror, first of all.
Yeah.
And then if you do find yourself in that position, there's a way out. There's a way out. More
Yes.
prayer. Get around more people who could pour into you. Just find a way out. Do not stay stuck there, because so many times we find ourselves, we just shut down when things happen. You can't, Natasha. There's so much life, and
There's so
again,
much
you have to
life.
live in the moment. You spoke about the I think you said seconds, or was it minutes?
Moments.
Moments. You have to live in the moment.
We got to live in the moment. But you know, Erica, what I find is that many people who are affected like that, they ingest garbage
Ooh.
daily. I don't ingest garbage.
Oh.
So my social media, I follow people who uplift me. If there is one person that makes me feel like yuck, if there is one account that makes me feel bad,
Mhm.
I've told people, I've looked at people's faces that have tried to follow me like,
Oh.
So I don't ingest things that's going to make me feel bad and then wonder why I feel bad. I don't ingest things that are going to be injurious to me and then wonder why I'm responding so hatefully or in with such pain. That statement that hurt people, I'm tired of hearing it. Once you recognize that you are hurt, handle that.
Handle it. There you go.
Handle that. How long do you want us to keep tolerating your hurt?
Yeah.
In my first book, I have a quote that says,
Jesus,
you cannot expect people to tolerate what you continue to ignore
and do.
Yeah. What's the timeline on your bad attitude?
Mm-hmm.
Is it through the end of March? Are we going through the summer? Let me know so I can know when to cut you off.
And I'm doing this. I'm doing this because you don't know my past. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. So I don't want to hear what you have to say. Even if you have something good to pour into the first, I don't want to hear that, because I had this to happen to me and you don't get to tell me how to act. You don't get to tell me what to say.
You know what? Everyone has a hurt.
Yeah.
When we did the first interview, the level of hurt that I was carrying then, and I think to me now, I'm like, God, wow, I don't even know when you did it. I don't even know when you alleviated the anger, the rage, the pain, the sting. I don't know when it happened. I was carrying such pain. So I could have been mean. Everyone has a reason to be mean and short and cranky and fussy and curt. Everyone does.
Right.
So who forgives who first?
Right.
Who ends first?
Yes.
Do you go until March and then I get April? Like, how does this work?
Right.
If we're all cranky and miserable and frustrated, then when do we do the love part?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That love your neighbor as yourself. People can't love neighbors because they don't love themselves, because they're not doing the work to do so.
Amen. You couldn't have said that any better. But even so, if we're walking around and we're just so mean and so grumpy and things like that, when you're meeting people in these grocery stores, God can't use you like that. He cannot use you like that. There's no way possible, so he put you in certain positions for a reason.
And I get checked.
I
get checked. There are times when I'm like, I still wear my mask. Sometimes I'm like, man, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to go in and out. Like, just leave me alone. I was going to buy an aloe plant one day, and, I had my mask on. I couldn't find the aloe. The representative told me where it was supposed to be, and it wasn't there. And I have an attitude, and I was ready to go to them and be like, can you just show me where the plant is? And then this man says, you look so familiar. And I'm like, I do? And he's like, yeah. Are you on TV? Sometimes. And he's like, you talk about mental health, right? I'm like, Yes, I do. So thank God for grace
Yes.
and mercy. Because Erica, I was not about to be on my best behavior for that aloe plant.
Wait, I'm laughing so hard because today you have to learn how to make it out of a joke too, right? Because as soon as I got off the plane, my son and his friend girl, we went out, and my mom, we went out to eat. And I thought I ordered, well, they ordered for me. So when my food come, I go, there's no steak on here. Oh, Erica would have gave you the business. You know what I'm saying? And I just made it out of a joke, and I just kept bothering him. But just to see, let me tell you something. When you're in company or in someone's territory that is in a happy place, that young man sent me away. When I say Natasha, he was corny, but he just made me feel so, not that I mean, again, he just made me feel good to see that he
Yes.
was joking with me, because the way I said it, I had a serious face.
Yes.
And he was looking like, but then he just bust out and start laughing, And I said, I'm just messing with you. So at the end, before we left, I said, come back over here. I said, you didn't give me my steak. He said, I'm running from you, ma'am. And he just, the way, Natasha, he did it, the laugh. I mean, just the laughter. Oh my gosh, it was so great just to
Those are the
experience that.
moments.
And I was telling my son and his friend, I'm like, you can't be sad around him. There's no way. I don't even know this man from a can of paint, but there's no way you could be. He had the best. Let me tell you something. He made that restaurant. And I should have spoke with the manager and let them know that, because his service was excellent. His just the whole demeanor. I mean, when he approached us and everything, just had a great character.
But so, now, if you held on to the "you didn't give me steak," you would have missed a moment to laugh.
Yes.
You'd have missed a moment to connect with someone.
Yep.
Back to the moment. Sometimes we got to slow down and just enjoy the moment. Okay, you're going to find the aloe plant, Natasha. You're going to get your steak, Erica, or you'll get a steak another time. But what's in this moment? I tell people every moment is an opportunity for you to learn something about yourself, others, or God. Which one is it?
That's so true.
Which one is it?
True. So yeah. You know what was so funny? I watched your face as you say about the steak. We can make the steak faces at times too. But we're going to hold that right quick. We're going to go ahead and go to commercial really quick. Natasha, that is my son's business. I definitely have to promote him every chance I get.
Absolutely.
Well, let me tell you something, Natasha. Today, it had to happen.
It had to happen.
I kept saying, you're going to be jet lagged. You're going to be tired. No, I had to get this interview done, because I'm telling you, there's so many people that need the information that you're dropping. And guys, let me just show you what Miss Natasha do with some of her content that she makes, guys.
Unpopular opinion. There's no lesson for you to learn. Let me explain. I think this world and society has convinced us that whenever there's a negative outcome, it's the result of bad behavior. And that's not necessarily true. Sometimes the lesson is that there is no lesson for you to learn about yourself, others, or God. Sometimes the lesson is just for you to acknowledge that you are human and you will experience human things. I share openly about my mental health because I know that there are other people dealing with the same thing. I've been in a funk all day about the death of a child, and without a mental health diagnosis, that's just grief. But when you do have a mental health diagnosis, grief also brings intrusive thoughts, panic, and depression. And that's when you know you need to reach out to your tribe. I am so grateful for my tribe. So I've been listening to music, practicing my Spanish, and sleeping. But here's the point of this video. It's okay to release yourself from the pressure of needing to find a lesson. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be human. And grief is a part of the human experience, and it's okay. The thing about grief is that it never tells you when it's going to arrive. It just shows up and can disrupt your entire day. So if you need additional support, please reach out to the crisis text line 741-741. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And remember, you are not alone.
Oh my God, Natasha. I'm telling you, I have chill. And the reason why I say I have chill bumps is because I love what God is doing on this broadcast. I can't say what goes on in anybody else's broadcast, but I know what he's doing in this broadcast. Natasha and I have not talked. And I picked the video where you were talking about being human. And how did you start?
That's exactly what I just said.
How did you start this conversation off?
Yeah. Yes.
But God, that's when you're in alignment.
When you're in alignment
with people.
Absolutely. In alignment. We are, I tell people that 1/3 of me is wall to wall God. Okay. If it's body, soul, spirit, 1/3 of me is wall to wall God. And that spirit is always fine. The human part, that's the one that deals with attitudes and not having her steak or finding her aloe plant or grief or pain or sprained ankle. And the human part, experiences the pain that the soul part feels. We have emotions. We're going to experience the full spectrum of emotion. We can't always live on the happy side. Happy, glad, surprised, excited. No, sometimes we're going to be angry, frustrated, and upset. And it's okay. But this is why it's so important to have a tribe. And I'm grateful that I only have women in my life that support me, that encourage me, that pump me up. I don't have not one hater friend, not one, because if I smell you in my orbit, you're gone. I don't have time for that. And I don't have time for it because I'm not going to trust a hater around my other friends. I can't have someone in the midst of my friends that can cause injury. Erica, I'm not having anybody just be around you. I'm not introducing you to anyone that's going to hurt you. I'm not doing that. When I make an introduction, my name is on the line. And if I hear that you have hurt, have disrespected, operated out of integrity with any of the women in my tribe, that's the last day of your attendance or admission or membership in that tribe. I'm not doing it because that's not how I operate. So, I don't get along with women. I have more male friends. I don't like women. That's not me. Because sometimes the things that I go through, I can only speak to a woman. Yeah, a woman can tell me about lashes and all of that stuff. But the soul yearnings, sometimes only a woman can talk to me about that. And I value that.
Oh, let me tell you something, Natasha. This had to happen.
It had to happen.
Around my room, because what you said, it stood out. It speaks volume because people will show you how much you mean to them. And I just saw a post on someone's page today, and it was saying about basically how this world would be a better place if we all apply a certain way that we treat one another. This world would be a better place if we just show love, show empathy, right? Not just the love and the empathy, right? But we can't allow others to poison our ears. And I say this on a lot of my shows about the people that's in our circle or in our tribe. At the end of the day,
Erica, I have restricted ear space. That means I don't hear everything. And if you come to me talking about anyone who is close to me, what's going to happen is I'm going to pick up my phone and we're going to call Erica. Tell Erica, this is what's being said. Let's talk about it. I don't do that. And it's not even that I'm too old. I love my peace too much.
That's it.
I love my peace too much to be involved in foolishness. And when it comes to mental health, I don't do things or allow things that's going to disturb my peace. So if you are a disturbance to my peace, that's not happening. I've had people who have wanted to meet you. People have wanted to be connected with you. I have friends that are NBA, NFL, celebrity. I've had people who want to meet them, and I don't make the introduction. Why? Because I value my tribe, and I'm not introducing them to anyone that's going to bring them any foolishness. Not happening.
Wow.
Not happening. It's very easy for me.
Natasha.
Huh?
Speechless.
Listen, it's very easy for me now. Like there's two sides. So there's no gray area. There's no in between. You are either contributing to my peace or you are contaminating the peace I already have. Contributing or contaminating. So yesterday you could have been contributing. Today, if you are contaminating, you are outside the circle of trust because I can't have it. Just like that video says, I can't play with a diagnosis that involves depression. I can't play with that. I can't play with a diagnosis that involves panic. I can't play with that. It's like that new song, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. I don't play with it. So anytime anyone is bringing me anything that can disrupt my peace, I separate immediately. There's no discussion. There's no conversation. I think everyone knows by now what I deal with. So I don't give long explanations. Well, I'm separating because of what you said and what you did, and it hurt my feelings and I'm backing away. I don't do that. I don't do that because I deal with adults.
So tell me, how do you get to this place? Maybe someone that's under the sound of your voice may need to know how to get to this place. Because we, like you said earlier too, like we all, not verbatim, but we all are with something, right?
Yeah.
We all are human.
Yeah.
Still there. I don't know which way you try to slice it. And to me, and God knows my heart, is from the pulpit to the floor. Period. As the kids or whoever say, it's from the pulpit to the floor.
Everybody. We could take it from the White House to the poorhouse, whatever you want to say. Everybody. I think the solution is what we were talking about before. Start with loving yourself.
Yeah.
Because you are going to be incapable of loving anyone. So if you're looking for a relationship right now, I think you should pause and love yourself. Practice loving yourself, because ain't intentionally ain't nobody coming into your world for you to love if you don't love you, because you have to be the model.
Right.
You have to set the standard. So if the standard for loving you is on the floor, what do you think you're going to attract? You haven't given anyone anything to model. So start with, the Bible says it right there. Love your neighbor as yourself. Start with loving yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be able to love your neighbor. And then you're going to be able to operate it with integrity. And then you're going to be able to have courageous conversations. And then you're going to stop being passive aggressive. And then you're going to stop backbiting and gossiping. And then you're going to start volunteering and applauding. And then you're going to start cheering on social media. And then you're going to start liking posts that you know you like, but you don't want to like because you feel that they get too many likes.
Right. Because of who you are, who you are. Point blank period.
Erica gets too many likes, so I'm not gonna like this one. I'll like again on Friday. Really? It's not even about life being too short. There's so much life to be lived and enjoyed, so many moments to the cheer that the love and excitement that I feel. Yesterday I was getting some dinner, and I stopped to to take a picture, and a window came down from a truck and said, "You work in that dress." Made my day.
Right.
Something so simple. I don't know. I don't even know what the woman looks like.
Right.
But how much did it cost her to say, "You're working that dress"? Nothing.
Absolutely. I don't know if you know Pastor Real Talk Kim. Do you follow?
Yes. Yes.
I had the honor of going to one of her services probably about a little over a week ago. And let me tell you something. After the service was over, Natasha, this woman of God stood out front to greet every one of her guests that showed up in the building. Not one passed unless, they just wanted to do this and they were ready to go. She had a long line of people to wait to talk to her. And Natasha, what you just said is so very true. I walked up. Soon as I walked up, she grabbed me on both of my shoulders. She said, "You are so gorgeous. Isn't she gorgeous?" This is what women do. You compliment one another. You pour into one another. But like you said, just by him telling you, like, whoa, I mean, whoever said if you work in that dress, oh my God, I guarantee you.
I posed a little different. I put a little extra zhuzh in the pose. I had to. They said I was working the dress. But Erica, that's the difference between assignment. Yes. Real Talk Kim, she's living her assignment.
Yes.
There was last year, I was at a church, and I remember saying, "There's someone here I'm supposed to meet." And I waited. I met all of the visitors and everything. And I was like, "Hi, great to meet you." And I knew it wasn't them. And then it was this young man that stood before me. I said, "It's you." I said, "It's you." Wow. That's the difference between a job and an assignment. Being a mental health educator makes me money as a speaker, as a writer, panelist. Yeah, it makes me money, but it is my assignment. Because when I walk into the room, I say, I posted this on Facebook. I say the two things every time I speak. I'm a panelist or I present. Two things. One, God, I decrease so that you can increase.
Yes.
And two, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, because it's not about me. Amen. Mental health is life or death. That's how serious it is for me. And so wherever I go, whatever room I'm in, I'm looking at whose life needs to be saved today. And God give me utterance. I'm a speaker. I am a trained speaker. I did Toastmasters, my degrees in broadcast journalism. But if God isn't giving me utterance, it's like the Bible says that you can speak in tongues, but if you don't have love, you're just clashing cymbals and sounding brass. If my work, if my assignment is not coming from a place of authenticity, of assignment, from God, then I'm just noise.
That's it.
And I'm not going to be that.
That's it. That is totally it. Natasha, look, we've been on a whole hour already. So you have to come back and be a 3-time.
Yes,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. You're more than welcome. The doors are always open. I'm not cutting it short by any means. I'm just letting you know, because I like to be respectful of people's time. Yes. But when God have his way, he have his way. But this conversation, it had to happen tonight.
It had to happen.
Someone under the sound of your voice is taking this in. I even had someone say that they're going to go back and watch it again, our superstar. And I have to shout her out every time we come on. Superstar Shannon Jaguars Diva, that's my girl, my friend. Let me tell you something, Natasha. She rain, snow, sleet, she's here. As soon as I put up the post that anyone is coming on, she's the first going.
Love
you know what I mean? And when I said 10 toes down, I know you know what that means, but she said 10 toes down. She never wavered. Never, Natasha. Ever. And anything that I ever had, she always supported. always supported. And this is the thing you were saying too, like a lot of people wanted to get connected to people who you were connected to, like maybe NFL players or celebrities, whoever it may be, right? She didn't love me. She don't love me just because of not who I am, but when my son played in the league, she still followed once he left Jacksonville, Natasha. Still followed, still supported, still reached out. And look at there. If you go under these comments, you'll see how many people she tagged to come on this show.
Yes.
You get that?
They're destiny connectors.
Yes.
There's some people who are, there's like reason, season, lifetime, and there's destiny connectors.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who are going to be in your life for a reason, and the only reason is for them to connect you to someone else. And then you never speak to them again. Then there's a season. We went through this season of maybe raising our children together, or we worked together, or we did whatever together. That was a season. The season is over. Wish you the best. Then you got some lifetime people that's going to be with you. You speak when you speak, and it's like there's no bad blood or anything. You just don't talk every day. And then there's destiny connectors, and those are the people who are going to push you further into purpose. They want nothing from you. They just want the best for you.
Jesus.
So my friends and the people that are in my inner circle, those are the people speaking my name in rooms that I'm not in. Those are the people writing down, my information and passing it on to people, and I'm getting a call saying, hey, this person said to call you. Those are my destiny connectors. That's my inner circle. You can't just get there. And that's why I protect those people. There's some people, listen, we have never met. We connected on TikTok.
Yes.
And don't say nothing. Again, double negative, and I'm an English major. Don't say nothing about Erica. Don't do it, because I recognize and I believe that we have to recognize the day of our visitation. You have to recognize, you got to heal so you can recognize when good people come into your life. And that when good people come into your life, you don't mishandle them.
At all.
People mishandle. They get into your world, and all of a sudden they want everything. Can you hook me up? Can you introduce me? Can you give me? Can you loan me? Can you borrow me? You're mishandling. I'm here sent to bless you, and because you can't sit still, you're missing it.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so good on tonight, Natasha. You definitely have to come back. This is so good, because oh my God, I could just scream right now. Y'all excuse me because I'm having a moment, but that is, oh my God, my God, my God, have your way.
I believe that in this season, this is a season, not so much that is external, but very much internal. I believe that this is a season that people have to get to know themselves and to get to know the God that they say they know and say they believe in. I told someone this week, they asked, do you believe in God? No, I don't. I don't believe in God. I know God. It's like saying, Natasha, do you believe in this chair? No, I don't believe in the chair. I'm sitting in the chair. I know that I'm sitting in the chair. That's how my relationship with my God is. I know God, so I don't have to believe in God. This is a season for people to stop regurgitating the things that they've been saying and hearing for years, and begin to apply and really examine if what they say and have been saying they believe is actually what they know is true.
Well, we're going to leave them right there, because that's where we're going to come back. That's exactly where we're going to come back, because we You too much. Let me
I'm
tell you.
just saying. But this is my authentic self. So
Right.
whether I'm on with Erica Wilson, I'm in 7-Eleven, I'm in Publix, I'm going
Right.
to give you the raw because my purpose is to connect you to purpose. And we don't have time for you to be playing around.
No.
Playtime is over. This is really life or death.
Right.
If you spent your entire life being an accountant and you were supposed to be a hairstylist, you have wasted a lot of your life. Get in position. Figure out where your position is and get there.
And you know what, Natasha? This is the thing here, and I want people to hear me and hear me well. It may look like the wicked is prospering, but their wealth is getting ready to be released on the righteous. So you have to get in line. You have to get your house in order, is what I'm hearing the Spirit say. Get your house in order. And this around you, drown that out. You know, you have to focus on you. Get you right before you try to get anyone else right. And that's what happens a lot of time. The blind is leading the blind.
Erica,
the
pain that I was in the last time I was with you,
Jesus,
I had to release it in order for the abundance to come in. The pain, the anger, the rage, sometimes are holding on to that.
Wow.
And you may need help. Go to a therapist. You may need help processing things that happen. I couldn't understand how so many people couldn't like me. It hurt me to my core, and I'm still holding on to that. But as soon as I began to release and say, you know what, it had to happen. It had to happen, because if it didn't happen like that, I would still be there. But if it didn't happen, I'd still be, scrambling for crumbs.
It's not so, it hurts me, yes, but I actually hurt for the person even more. You know why? Because they don't even, first of all, probably didn't even give me a chance, because they listen to the outside world. So, but at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I know what I bring to the table, and I know that I love people genuinely. Yes. You understand me? And I go to bat for the people that I love. Anybody can do that.
That's the stages of forgiveness. Yeah. I think the first stage is being like, all right, I ain't gonna be bothered with them. Second stage is, well, I'm better than them. I'll just be the bigger person. That third stage of when you can be like, I feel bad for you.
Yes.
For being so hurt that you hurt me. Like, what is going on in your life that you were able to be that ugly to me? I have prayed. There are times I'm like, pray for your enemies. That doesn't apply to me. Oh, it does. I have prayed for people who have positioned themselves as my enemy, because whatever you're got going on in your life has to be so turmoil ridden that you couldn't see that all I wanted was peace.
That's it.
And for that, I got to pray for you.
That's it. And even when that flesh rises, if you make a mistake, you have to be able to admit it. And then this is what I had to hear from a couple of people that I was around me. You have to be okay with not getting that apology and just move on. Now, if you go back and you step foot in that fire again, if you get burnt, don't blame me. Don't blame me. That's on you, right? That's totally on you. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we have to position ourselves around positive people that can help us and not going to hurt us, who is going to understand us and not judge us. Natasha,
yes,
I don't know. I can't be fake or phony. I don't know how. What you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of backlash for some of the things that I put. If I want to wear my shorts, I'm going to wear my shorts. If I
didn't look good in your shorts and them boots, please don't stop. Please don't stop. Change your hairstyle as many times as you want.
Right.
Okay. The jackets, the boots, the shorts. Wear it all. All.
Listen, I am 50 years old. And listen, you have most young girls don't even listen. I could toot my own horn, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm not hurting anybody with what I am doing. If I'm hurting you, you better do a self-check on yourself because I love me, Natasha. I
Period.
love me. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna do my reels and whatever else I may
And
feel
take
like.
many pictures as you like, because I'm going to do the same.
Exactly. Exactly. Love yourself, people. It's
First,
a season.
first.
Love, love, love
You can't
you.
love anyone else. The
No.
reason why we can have this relationship is because we did the work to love ourselves first. So that our initial encounter wasn't one of, she thinks she cute. It wasn't that. I was like, whoo, she is fly, like consistently fly.
Oh,
When
thank you.
that is where we need to be. That's where we
Yes,
all need to be.
yes,
And so I'm
absolutely.
committed to doing the work because if I see anytime I see someone, I tell them lashes. Ooh, you wearing that dress. Okay,
Yes.
so I've told people, so I've got, flip-flops in my car. I wear a 7.5. What size are those shoes? Because what did it cost me?
Right.
Nothing.
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 Natasha, I'm glad that you said, even in the things that we do, because right? YouTube is all about numbers. Everything basically that you do when you're a content creator is about numbers.
Yes.
You have to pull teeth to get people to subscribe, or better yet, to even give us an hour of their time to come on here. But little do they know, this thing that God is doing in here, Natasha, it literally blows my mind. And just to know that the guests that come on and giving of themselves to pour out the information that they have that's going to help you, and it's free. Natasha, I don't charge for this. And I want to
True.
shout out my BFF for sending the soup. I get excited. I get so excited when I see the stickers come up and the stars that come up. I don't know what they're for. But I get excited just to see that someone is poor, even just them to get on, Natasha. That says a lot too, but we have you here tonight. We definitely going to bring you back for a third time. But what I like to do here, I'm going to put up the comments and you can go ahead and you can shout out our orders. You can read them, you can shout them out.
Absolutely.
Put you up by
Wonderful. So I see you, Buddy. Hi, Buddy. And Shannon, of course, thank you for being here. Miss King, welcome. Thank you for hanging with us. Marva, thank you for being here. In Day, I love that name. Red heart shaped face. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of these hearts and everything else that they mean. We appreciate you being here, whether you're here on Facebook or you are on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Kimberly Harris. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Yes, this is for you. You can't do this every week, on StreamYard, on YouTube, if you don't have a heart for it.
Amen.
It'll show.
Yeah.
They'll show, and people want, and that's not how people connect. When I got on social media, especially with TikTok, I asked God to remove the desire for me to have a lot of people and just want numbers. I said, I want authentic engagement. I want people who want me and who want my message.
Impact.
And I said, I'll be obedient. I'll post what you tell me to post, and then I'll leave it up to you for the outcome and for the impact. And Erica, even if someone isn't live today watching, I've had people reach out on things I've posted a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, from countries I didn't even know existed.
Oh my God.
To say thank you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take my life. Because of this video, I decided to try again. Because of this video, I reached out to therapy. You never know who you're impacting by this. So I'm going to keep cheering for you and those shorts. How about that?
Thank you. And I'm going to keep cheering for you. You know that, but that's good what you just said, Natasha, because remember, I was just telling you, my flight got in late. That's number
Mhm.
one. And then I had a long week with the grandkids, and I'm really, really tired, but I knew that I had to get on here. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew that something was definitely going to happen. And every jewel that you dropped on tonight, I'm going to get some dinner. I'm going to rewatch this broadcast, and I'm going to get me a good night's rest.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Natasha. Keep
Uh,
going.
I will.
I'm telling you, I love, love, love what you're doing. And again, guys, we have not met. We met each other through TikTok, and we immediately connected. And no, we didn't talk about any of this, but just to know that Natasha started out with being human. And here it
Human.
is. I pulled one of her TikTok videos
Yeah.
about being human. Connect,
Connect.
connect,
Alignment.
alignment. There you go.
Be in position
That's it.
so the people who are supposed to find you
Find
can
you.
find you.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I'm
Absolutely.
telling you guys, when you find someone that's good, hold on to them.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that everybody's a bad person, all the others are bad, but
True.
you know who's good for you. You know who's who and what's good for you at the
Yes.
end of the day.
Yes.
Find you a tribe that you can trust. Find you a tribe that you can pour into
Mm-hmm.
and that can pour into you. Because I'm
Absolutely.
in a season, Natasha, that what's in my cup is mine. Anything that comes over, I'll share. I have to keep
That
my cup
part.
full. You know why? Because the thing is, the anointed that I paid, that oil, that price that I paid to get this oil,
It costs.
dearly. And
It
I don't
costs.
want that to even, I don't even want a drop to come out. I don't even want a droplet to come out, Natasha, because the price was just that dear. And
Same.
when
Same.
you're on an assignment, you got to know that yes, the attacks will come, but that's
Mm-hmm.
why you have to get in a position, get on your bending knees, get to know God. And if you can't utter out a word out of your mouth, get with someone who can pick you up in the spirit and begin to go to war for you. Even if you're having a bad day and Natasha's beautiful face come by with that beautiful smile that she has,
Thank you.
she can pick you up in the spirit and just know
It's
that you won't be judged. So, Natasha, if there's anything, you said a whole lot on tonight and you're going to come back again and say more. But
I
if there's
will.
anything that you can leave with our guests on tonight, what will it be?
Love, practice loving yourself. Make loving yourself a habit. It's not selfish, it's not self-centered. It's actually a prerequisite to loving others. You can't love others if you haven't loved yourself. So work on that. Figure out how to love you. Get to know you first so that you'll be able to have the healthy relationships that you desire. And thank you, Erica. Always. It is always a pleasure to be with you. Always.
Oh my God. And I can say the same for you. It's such an honor. Such an honor. You give honor where honor is due, period.
Thank
You know,
you.
you
Thank you.
celebrate people. I want my flowers while I'm on this side of heaven.
Absolutely.
I want them on this side of heaven. So, guys, if you can,
Oh,
love on people.
yes, yes,
We have to
yes.
love the unlovable in this season. We
I
just,
mean, anybody can love the lovable. That's easy. That
right.
doesn't make you special. It doesn't make you special, but can you love the people who have made you bawl, not
Ooh,
cry? I'm talking about the soul person. Can you pray for those people?
Yeah.
The people that hurt you in a place that was too deep to articulate. Can you pray for those people?
Mm.
Can you walk away? Can you tell the story differently? I say that you know that you are forgiven when you tell the story differently. When you tell it without the sting, when you tell it without all the extras, when you just give the facts of the story and you move on, that's when you know that you are healing and have healed.
Amen.
That's the place where we all want to get to. And when you talk about oil, Erica, I'm on TV a lot, and I've heard, from people that, why she's on TV so much. Listen, beyond having a broadcast journalism degree, beyond having been on TV since I was 14, if you are willing to walk my 20 to 45, walk my age 20 to 45, if you're willing to do that, then you can be on TV. But if you're unwilling to do that, then you don't know the cost. You don't know what I've given up. You don't know the pain. You don't know the hurt. You don't know the sacrifice. You don't know what I've been through to be able to have such an impactful story.
Yeah. You don't
about
know
mental health.
I carry. Or I had to carry. Well, I still carry the cross every day.
Oh,
but you don't even know that big old heavy cross when I was heavy myself that I had to carry. When I was broken myself, You
don't know. So it's okay. That's why we can't be jealous, because you don't know why, how, what it took for Erica to have this platform.
Yes.
You don't know what it took her to be the mom of an NFL player. You don't know what the story was. Mm-hmm. People are calling me to be a mental health expert on television, but do you know what I had to go through to have these real stories? If you're willing to do all of that, then by all means, sure, I'll give up my seat to you.
Go ahead. That's it. Yeah, that's it, Natasha. You couldn't. That's it. You hit it. You brought it home with that one.
Yeah,
you really brought it home with that one.
Anytime you want me, I'm here, Erica.
Well, oh my God, don't tell me that. I'm big on word.
I'm serious for you. And you know what? So am I. Yes. There are few people that have open access to me. Oh. I even tell people that my cell phone, I don't hear it ring because my ringer is always off. And so I feel when my phone is ringing. Talk to God, that's not me. God'll let me know that my phone is ringing, and I'll look down on it and I'll answer it. So if I've told people that if I'm not answering your call, take it up with God, because my ringer is always off. But there are people who, even if it's on do not disturb, will still come through. You're one of those people. There are some people that I give because I know that I'm going to feel lifted and empowered, and happy after I talk to you. Jeez. If I roll my eyes after I speak to you, I promise you it's the last time we'll speak.
Natasha.
I'm just keeping it real. It's the last time we're going to talk. You're going to be on a text and email basis. Ooh. Because I can't have restricted airspace. Means that it's a no-fly zone for foolishness.
Right.
It's a no-fly zone.
Take it up with God.
Take it up with God.
Oh my God. Listen, guys, we're here for Motivational Monday. We had the beautiful Natasha A. Pierre, guys. Listen, she is a mental health
educator, coach. Yes.
If you need to get in contact with her for her services, but not only that, y'all, she's a 2-time author. She forgot to mention that. She do have 2 books that's out, Natasha. And on last show, Natasha, I did say to you.
You did. You know what? Look at what I have on my desk. And I was moving things around, and there's no coincidence.
No, It's not. It's not. But what we want to do, we want to. You have any books that you can show really quick and tell them
So this
how?
is my, can you say, Jumpstart Your Happy. This is it right there. This is my latest book, Get Closer to Happiness Now. And this book is all about, I sat still in August for 7 hours and I wrote straight for 7 hours. I published it in ebook format September 1st for Suicide Prevention Month, and then it was available paperback in October. But this is my latest book. This tells all about how I lost my happy, and that was amid 2 forced resignations, 11 deaths, being sepsis, pneumonia on a lung, and having my organs shut down, and how I came through all of that to be able to jumpstart my happy and to be happy again. So this is my latest book. Yes.
Woo-hoo. Guys, so tell us how we can get this, Natasha. If you
So
can.
yes.
Support
So
me.
it is, if you want an autograph copy, then you can go to my website. It's also on Amazon.com. And yeah, my first book, I don't have a picture, I don't have it near me, but it's Provoking Thoughts, Volume 1. And it is everything that God downloaded to me over the years while journaling, after I pray and I meditate, and then God speaks to me. It's 101 inspirational quotes for daily living, all divine downloads directly from God.
Well, Natasha, I'm not going
Yes.
to your website. I'm not going to Amazon. I'm coming straight to you.
Okay. Yes.
So I would like to purchase a book for myself and my superstar that's on here, because I'm telling you that, I love supporting, and I'm not doing it because what you done for me. I get it on my show. I don't do that.
I know that's
So
not
I
you.
just love supporting. And I don't know if you remember last time.
Yes. Yes, I do. And life happened.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. We're gonna get those books sold. How about that?
Okay.
I think
Perfect.
this book here. I
Yes.
think this book here will help a whole lot of people. Oh,
This
what
is,
I would like to do is, I don't want to move outside the will of God, but I definitely want my book for me and for my superstar.
okay.
I'm gonna text you. You let me know how I pay, whatever I need to do. I will definitely get it done. But the things that you're doing, Natasha, and you did this, and I want you guys to hear me and hear me good. She worked from a broken place. She worked from an uncomfortable place, and she got the job done. So do not stop wherever you may see yourself, my sister, my brother. I need you to keep pushing and know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And remember, just like after the rain, the sun definitely have to shine. Your time is coming. God can't give it to you prematurely because you may mess it up. And I hear the Spirit saying, learn to celebrate the people He have around you. He have those people around you for a reason.
yes.
He's showing you what could be you, but celebrate them in your season of waiting.
Celebrate him.
Hallelujah, Jesus. If you're in your waiting season, can you clap for the people that God have right in front of you while you're in your waiting season? Natasha, it's going higher the next time you come. I'm telling
I
you,
receive that.
it's going higher.
I receive that.
And
I'm
thank
excited.
you. I am super excited.
I am. And we're gonna have to meet. I'm gonna have to get to Atlanta, or you're coming to Tampa. We're gonna have to meet officially this year. Yes.
And guess what she told me, y'all? She liked the iguanas.
Love the iguanas. I'll take some of the iguanas if you take that noisy bird that's been,
I don't
little
want
kid.
I don't listen.
The noisy
But
bird.
I want the iguanas down with my son and my grandkids. But it's okay. We're definitely going to meet. You're going to get here to Atlanta, and I'm going to get there to Natasha. I hear. It's a conference that's supposed to take place. And I mentioned that to you last time. I don't know if you remember. Bent but
Okay.
not broken. Bent
Yes.
but not broken. That conference have to take place. It has to take place. There's so many people right on the edge right now, Natasha. They're right there on the edge, and all they need is just a little push. They don't need anyone looking down on them.
At all.
They need someone to lift them.
To lift them up.
They need someone to lift them. I'm gonna let God deal with you on it because I already know what he said to me about it.
Yes. Mm.
So the next time I'm telling
The
you,
next time I'll have news for you.
yes, ma'am, and I can't
Mhm.
wait. But please do send me over the info so I can get
Okay.
the book. And definitely, I'll promote it. You already
Yeah.
know that. It's definitely going to be promoted. And I'm going to cut a clip, a
Okay.
good clip from this broadcast. And just by that little clip that's going to be cut. And normally I just go in, but I want to pray about what clip.
Yeah, I gave you we talked a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But I want to give them something to come back and watch this broadcast if they may have missed it. So,
Mhm.
each and every one of you viewers, if this broadcast has blessed your soul on tonight, please do share it because there are so many jewels dropped on tonight. And Natasha can be
Mhm.
reached on Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok. She
Mhm.
also has a website. Can we have your email info?
Yes, it's very easy. Natasha at natashapierre.com. Very easy. Easy. If you go to my website, natashapierre.com, everything is there.
Wow.
Yes.
I tell you, I have to salute you, Queen, for everything
Thank
that you do.
you.
I
Thank
am
you.
so, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, and I can't say it enough. I'm honored to have you here on tonight because this is something that our people need. We just had another shooting at a school.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
It is,
It's the number one cause of death for children right now, school shootings.
it is so sad. So, people of God, get ready, get ready, get ready. The wicked may look like they're winning,
But
but their wealth it's about to pour on the righteous. So get in line, get ready. Again, Natasha, thank you so very much. Let's
thank
go ahead and
you.
give some virtual hugs.
Yes, yes,
Some
sir.
virtual love. Because, guys, we love you here at It Had to Happen. Listen, we can't do this without each and every one of you. Again, please do support Miss Natasha. She is a two-time author as well as a mental health coach. Instagram, Facebook, website, TikTok. Go to TikTok if you need the breaking news. I'm telling you, the breaking news is what got me, Natasha. So God bless
That's
each
not
and every
bad.
one of you. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It had to happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.